This is a continuation of the previous example. Now we had already used a text join and a unary operator. We get all the results and we're happy with it. The problem is that if one more year gets added, let's say 2017, with some numbers in it, obviously the formula does not get updated. For example, Aaron Hawkins now should come as a non-loyal customer because he did not purchase in 2017. But obviously the formula is not able to pick up the additional columns that we have added. To do this, we will work with the exact same formula, but we'll have to make some minor modifications. What we want to do here is to say that my C6 to F6, which currently is a width of 4 columns, so column C, D, E, F, this width should be calculated automatically. How do we do this? So let me just write equal to count A of my fifth row. Now count A of my fifth row will come as 5 because it is counting everything inside this row, including the row label header. If we do a -1, it tells us there are 4 years in the fifth row. If you notice, when I add 2017, it becomes 5. When I add 2018, it becomes 6. So this is great, right? This is telling me what is the width, which means how many years do I have in my headers. And what do we do with this? We have to put this inside an offset. So if I say offset, now I know that my first year is C6, row is blank, column is blank, my height is blank, and my width is 4. What will happen is that it will show me 105, 124, 187, 173, exactly like you can see here. But the moment we add 100 here and we add a 2017 as the header, you notice that the width changes to 5 and the results also now show me 5 columns, not just 4. And this is what we need to work with. So going back to our original formula, let me remove this. Okay, now we have written C6, F6, but I want to completely remove this. What we want to say is that we will offset starting from C6 and the width will be a count A of my row, which is row number 5. So we say 5 colon 5. Now remember, we also have to put dollar signs here because the rows are not changing, and we do a -1 so that this row label heading can be removed. We have done this here. Let's also copy the entire thing. So I can copy from offset all the way till the end. And here as well, where we have written C6 colon F6, we want to write our offset. So this looks correct. And remember, the number 4 is also not a constant now because we don't know how many years are there. So here again, we will have to write the offset like this. Let me put my 5 colon 5 with a dollar sign, and here as well we have 5 colon 5 with a dollar, and finally we have 5 colon 5 with a dollar. Excellent. I'm just going to show you the entire formula once and let's just understand what all is happening. The first thing that I do is I capture the number of years that are there. How do we do this? We count how many rows, or rather how many values are there in the fifth row, which is 5. We do a -1, so we get the number 4. Now from C6, I'm offsetting a width of 4. That means I'm selecting from 105 till 173. And the rest we've already done. We check if all these 4 cells are blank or not. We do a unary operator, a text join, a value and a length. And the same thing with the count blank. And we are finally checking if the sum of my unary plus the count blank is coming exactly as the number of years that are there or not. If so, then the result is loyal, otherwise it is not loyal. Let's see if it works or not. So when I put 2017 and I keep this as a number, see what happens. Okay, let me just double check that. So let's see, we have done the length value text join. We have done an offset starting at C6, and then we are doing a count A of my fifth row. Okay, not equal to, okay, this looks all right. Then we have an offset. We were doing C6, count A, my fifth row, and then we have -1, and then finally we have, okay, we don't need an offset here, we just need to count the number of values we have. All right. Now you notice that only the first customer, Aaron Hawkins, is coming as loyal because he has purchased in all the 5 years. But if the last year was missing, you notice he's not loyal. For Adam, if I put a number, he becomes loyal. Again, for Adrian, a number becomes loyal. For Amy, becomes loyal. And for Alan, becomes loyal. Oh, Alan would not become loyal because there's 105 in the beginning. And these four are my loyal customers. So this one was a little tricky because we have to use an offset here. But I hope all of you can see the advantage. So in one line, the advantage is very simple. It allows you to accommodate more columns that you add in the future, which means that if I add a 2018 and if Aaron does not purchase in 2018, you notice that he's not a loyal customer. The moment a number comes in, he becomes loyal, like this. Now, this would save you the trouble of again and again having to go back to the formula and make a change. So look at it like a trade-off. We are writing a slightly longer, more complicated formula, but it's a one-time effort. Once you've written this formula, you will never have to go back and update this formula ever again.